All right, guys, welcome back to the Premium Picks YouTube channel. Earlier in the week, we gave you our UFC 287 breakdowns, our predictions, and some of our bets. That was early in the week, and the fight card has actually changed. We've had a chance to sit on it a little bit and think about it a bit more. And we saw the weigh-ins today, so that sometimes can have an effect on how you're feeling about the fight. Before we do give you our bets and you follow some of them, always watch our breakdowns. I do recommend you watch our last video, watch the breakdowns and see the reasoning behind our bets. Make sure it makes sense to you. If you like our breakdown and it makes sense, then follow it. Don't just tail all of our bets and think you're going to win. Make sure they make sense to you like they make sense to us. And if you don't follow our breakdowns, some of our bets might not make sense. They might look out there. But if you listen to why we're choosing them, I think they're going to make sense to you. Anyways, enough about that. The weigh-ins today. What did you think, A-Train?
The big takeaway I got was from the Gastelum, the weigh-in. It looked a little bit pudgy to me, to be honest with you. Curtis looked in the normal shape that he is. Curtis is actually smaller for that weight class, but so is Kelvin. So this fight's pretty even. It kind of made me lean more to Curtis than at plus money than I was earlier in the week, and I'm probably solidifying that with at least a bet this week on Chris Curtis.
So I did see those pictures that are going viral. Gastelum with his shirt on at the weigh-ins. I think a lot of people don't realize though that those are actually not the weigh-ins. The weigh-ins are actually earlier in the day when they actually do step on the scales. He did take his shirt off for that. He's looking soft. He is looking soft, but he always kind of does. But it is alarming for sure. He doesn't look confident. He doesn't look filled out. Curtis definitely looks lean. He looks ready to go. And like you said, Curtis has actually been fighting, well, both of them, I guess, have been fighting nothing but taller guys. For
Yep.
once, they're on a pretty level playing field here. So it's going to be interesting. I said that fight was a pass for me. It still kind of is. I don't have confidence in either of them. I think they both have good chins, so I still like the over there, but I'm not really playing that fight in particular. But yeah, it should be interesting for sure. All right. On to how I'm feeling about the bets. I have done a little bit of a flip. I posted earlier in the week a bunch of slips with Chase Sherman. I just want to update everybody. He did get an opponent change. He's not fighting Chris Barnett anymore, and I have no confidence in Barnett winning that fight. So I know the last video, I kept saying I have lots of confidence in Sherman. Sherman's going to win. He should win this fight. Do not bet Chase Sherman. He is not my official pick for this fight. In fact, he's probably going to get whooped here. He does not look to have a path to victory in this new fight. He's had a huge grappling disadvantage, and he does not have the one hit knockout power to catch a lucky shot. So Chase Sherman is absolutely not my bet. Do not tail that. I can't reiterate that enough. How do you feel about that opponent change?
Well, Carl Williams, a good wrestler, man. He's shown that he's a good wrestler. Chase Sherman's weakness is the ground. So, I mean, the short notice nature of this fight, that's the only thing that holds me back from and minus 500 on Carl Williams is the things that hold me back from laying wood on him. Plus 130, I'm just scared that he's just gonna run out of gas and try to finish this guy like out of the blue and then get like, Chase can hit him. It'll be multiple hits, and if he gets tired, is the only path to victory. But that's not shown it's not shown itself in his two or three last fights. So I feel like he's just gonna grind him out. Plus 130 decision, not bad. At least a spot. Throw a unit on it. Call it a day.
Yeah, he feels very safe to me. Even for parlay builders, I know you don't like having minus 500s on a parlay, but if you're using a site that gives you those plus 5% for each leg, it can make sense. Yeah, I think Chase Sherman. In fact, I think this is probably my most confident pick now. Is Sherman's going to lose this fight? He's going to lose the fight. Now, for the rest of my bets, for my parlay, well, we already gave you our conservative picks. We already gave you our high risk picks. That chart still stands. I mean, if you're playing individual picks, I don't think much has changed off that chart. And I'll make sure to put it back up here so you guys can see what we originally put out there. But as far as the parlays go, which everybody loves the parlays, myself included, for me, I know not everyone will agree, but my main piece is going to be Izzy and Alex does not go the distance. I am very confident in it. I know Izzy's fans are always going to say, hey, he's a decision winner. He's a decision winner. I don't see it this fight. His energy is really off to me. So Izzy's got to put him down or Izzy's going to get put down. Either way, I mean, I think they both can win this fight, but I do not see this going as long as the last one. I do not see this going 5 rounds. So I really like fight does not go the distance. And it almost gives you your money back. I think it's like a minus 120 bet right now, or very close to it. So I like that as my parlay piece, and then building around that. So I have a parlay of that and Joe Pfeiffer. I have a parlay of that and Adrian Yanez. I have a parlay of that and Hoses Jr. And then I have a couple with some of those together. Um, yeah, I like I said, this card's not the best for betting, but I like that piece to build on. And yeah, I'm gonna roll with that bet all the way to the end. I like him and Williams. So I do have a big bet with doesn't go the distance in Williams for $500. So hopefully this Williams guy can pull it off on short notice because I am confident in the fight not going the distance. There's never a lock, but that is definitely my strongest lean. And I know you came out with some wicked prop finds. Tell me about what bets you're liking or what you want to play.
I mean, I saw some good big numbers there that I like. So they got like I think Nuremberg by decision is plus 325. That's a big bet number. What the best part of that fight though, I think over 1.5 is minus 165. It's a parlay piece, big time. I like it as a parlay piece. It over 2.5 is plus 115. You don't even have to pick the winner to get plus money. And I just don't see Nuremberg. It just doesn't throw enough volume for me to like him to put out Steve Garcia. It's going to be a one shot thing on Garcia, but like if he's on the ground hanging out, Garcia can stay safe. Bahamondes is my favorite parlay piece. I like that kid. I think this fight's all about winnable for him. But over 1.5 in the Bahamondes fight, minus 170. Big parlay piece. He finishes a lot. It's split between KO and subs, but they're usually after the second half of round 2 into round 3 where he finishes these fights. So minus 170 for a round and a half. Not bad, not bad. Not much on Loopy. Loopy decisions minus 125. Juice to the tits. Pfeiffer minus 188. You don't love it. Even as inside the distance, minus 130, don't love it. I mean, all those Mearshart lovers, Mearshart round 3 win condition plus 1,800. Fuck, you want to put $10 on that? Go right ahead. That's not bad. Over 1.5 is in play too with that. Plus, because if Mearshart gets through round 1, he's probably going to round 2 and round 3 possibly. That's plus 100 over 1.5. So those are good. Those are good props there. I like Watterson, but their decision prop is plus 210, and then our money line's plus 150. I don't know if there's a big difference there. What if she off chance finishes her and then you get screwed? But like it's like 90%.
When's the last time Watterson finished anybody? I don't even know.
She can finish a fucking sandwich, bro. Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Here's some juicy ones. Curtis by decisions plus 250. Likewise, if you like Gaslam, it's going to be good plus money. Ponzi by decision plus 500. I mean, I think that's a win condition. Like Holland's pretty durable. I mean, he got knocked out last time by Stephen Boy, Wonder Boy. But Ponzi's not the same kind of like striker like Wonder Boy. He's not pinpoint with the accuracy. He'll win some grimy decision, right? Like, but Kevin's got all the tools to win that fight. But I can't. I'm not putting money on a guy with bad fight IQ. Yanez by decision 250. I think Font's durable enough to get the decision. That's a funny one because Yanez is plus 250 by decision. Font is plus 280 by decision. If you play the goes all the way to the decision, it's minus 115. But if you play both sides of that fight, you're getting plus 280, plus 250, and you're going to come out with a profit if that fucker goes all the way, right? So that's another way to play that fight. Burns by decision plus 155. I don't see Masvidal getting tapped. And Maz by inside the distance is plus 600 and plus 700 by KO. That's just like one win condition. He's going to knock out Chinny Burns. That's it. He's not going to win a decision. He's not going to win minutes against Burns. Not a fucking chance. So that's there. Over 1.5 is minus 190 in that fight too. I think Masvidal is dare enough to go 1.5. So, I mean, those are good bets. And then you got your Israel bets. I thought it was going to decision. We talk all week, so you might have talked me out of fucking doing it. But I did find a nice little sneak. If you're in my position where your buddy tells you like, oh, I think he's not going to this, and you think it's, I got like a Alex KO in decision at plus 145, Izzy KO in decision at plus 100. Pick your side, and you're still getting plus money because none of those two fucks are gonna sub each other. So if you want to play safe, pick your side and get plus money regardless. So those are the fancy dancy props that I found that might fancy people to look around from book to book. There's more. I feel like this is a prop card though, because I'm not really like, I'm not down with everybody. I got a Piper, Rojas, Bahamundes. Yanez was there at the beginning of the week, and
I know.
it's been a lot of fun talk, but like I'm not getting swayed. I just think the fight's close, and at least with the other three, I feel like Rosas will get faded at some point. It's not now. Pfeiffer will get faded at one point, but I think his like reverse wrestling should keep this just because Gerald's not a good wrestler. So I feel like he can keep it stand. If this thing stays standing, he'll win, right? They'll be like, oh, Gerald's striking's gotten better, but oh well, whatever. I don't think so. And then Bahamondes, I think, rolls here. So tough
Um,
card to bet, like you said, but there are some spots. Pick and choose your spots wisely. Don't put your whole bankroll on this one, and have fun. It's good fights.
yeah, it's actually a really good card. I'm pumped for Saturday. It's not the best for betting because the lines are kind of strange and there's not a whole lot of confidence in the favorites, but it is a good card. One thing I did want to touch on as you brought it up was the whole Kevin Holland thing. So Holland is extremely durable, and I know Wonder Boy stopped him, but that was a 5 round fight. And on top of that, they were just way too friendly before the fight. Holland's kind of not happy with Ponzi. Like they seem to not really like each other. I think Holland got the message received after that last fight, not going to the ground, acting goofy, dumb IQ, all that. I think we're going to see a classic, or I shouldn't say classic, because classic Holland's probably dumb Holland. So we're going to see a not classic Holland. We're going to see a changed Holland. I don't know. As the week's gone on, I actually feel more confident that Holland's going to knock this guy out. They're kind of pissed at each other, and I think this is going to bring out that Holland that was hungry a couple of years ago when he had 5 fights and he won them all and he was knocking everybody out. I think we're going to get Holland going right after business here. So I am liking Kevin Holland now, and mostly just from his demeanor. I think he's taking this one serious. That's just what I'm gathering.
Yeah.
The other thing that I noticed from watching the press conference, and I mean, I love it because it builds up the fight, and some people will say, don't look into this shit, but I'm loving the Alex versus Izzy energy. Like, I don't know, Izzy is on edge. Like he's not his he doesn't look so cocky and confident, and maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's going to keep him sharp and on edge or whatever, but like there's a strange energy there. And Alex is the opposite because normally, sure, he's done the social media pokes at him. He's kind of known for making memes about Izzy or whatever, but he actually looks more confident than ever. Like he's flexing on Izzy, and I don't know if you saw him banging his chest and scream at the weigh-ins or whatever. I was like, oh, you don't normally hear much out of Alex. I think
Yeah.
Alex is fired up. And on top of that, I've seen Alex's training with that glory heavyweight kickboxing champion, that 6'6" monster. So he's a bigger, longer Izzy, a huge kickboxer, and they're going day in, day out. I like the footage I'm seeing. On Izzy's side, I'm not really seeing anything. It's not to say he's not working his ass off. I'm sure he's got somebody there that I have no idea about. But I gotta like Alex is taking this very serious, and
Yeah.
I'm liking that Alex energy. Again, I'm not picking a side anyway. Like Alex is my guy. I'm hoping he wins. I think he can win. Obviously I've made it clear I'm going with not the distance, but the energy. I'm really liking Alex's energy and not liking Izzy's energy. It's just maybe something I see. Maybe nobody else sees it. Have you seen anything?
I think it's a position swap. Izzy was the guy last time, right? And now Alex is the guy. So I feel like that Izzy lost that fight because he was being Izzy. He's being cocky at the end. Oh, this guy can't get me. I fucking got this far in the fight. It's not gonna happen. And then he got the same shit happen to him. again. So I think he's just being holding this one a little closer to the chest. I'm on the Izzy side anyway because I feel like this is his one. And I just fade the public guy because everyone's been, oh, you're getting the champion at plus money, champion plus money. I feel like that's what the narrative is. And I feel like that's what the books are trying to push you to do, right? I feel like everyone's, on Alex. And I've watched these breakdowns on YouTube, from various guys that put out content. And whenever everyone's on one person, regardless of it is fuck Alex, fuck Izzy, I've had this before, and you follow, say everyone has this upset. Like everyone has mirror chart. Everyone that I've listened to has mirror chart. Like 75% of people are picking mirror chart. So I'm gonna pick Piper because I'll fade the public, right? I do it all the time. I fade the public. It works. It works. The book's got to make the money, man. So I fade the public a lot. So I'm just gonna fade the public. I like Israel here. I liked Israel last time. Just call me stubborn.
Yeah, off topic or whatever, but if Izzy loses, where does he go?
I don't think
And
he's done. I think he's
another
in his prime. He beats everybody else though. He beats fucking Robert Whitaker. He beats Cannonier. He beats every guy that's gonna go and fight Alex except maybe Kamzat. He beats, and he possibly could beat Kamzat too. Who knows, right? Not, but Kamzat's got that ground game that these guys don't have, and if employed, but now we haven't seen the guy in forever, so you can't even say that. So, I mean, we can do a quick look ahead to next week, though. It looks pretty good, anyways, on the Holloway versus Allen card there. I'm really hyped about that. Almost fights are almost better than this week's card all the way through. So, I mean, pretty stoked about that. There's some big time matchups next week, right? So, I mean, Nicolau versus Royval, that's badass. That's probably a title like eliminator there. Nicolau's pretty damn close to a title, man. And
yeah.
Jillian Robertson versus Rodriguez, that should be a good one. Munoz versus Gutierrez.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I think Munoz is going to get starched there. I think.
he probably might, but Gutierrez just kicks, right? So Munoz just kicks. Are they just gonna kick each other? Munoz's problem is like he's just small, right? So like I don't know, but he's a gamer and Gutierrez just kicks. He doesn't punch, so I don't know, man. I like TJ Brown versus Bill Algeo. That's a good fight.
Oh yeah.
Really good fight. Dustin Jacoby versus Azmat Mirzakhanov. I want to see what the odds are for that shit because Mirzakhanov got lucky 2 fights in a row.
But Jacoby's good, man. Very good.
Jacoby's good. So like, man, if Jacoby's not the favorite and say Azmat is, I don't know because Asmat was losing to Tafon and Jukwe till he brought out a flying knee out of nowhere or whatever that crazy shit was. I didn't do any research yet, but I know he's both pulled something out of his ass because I lost fucking money live betting Tafon. That was because I was just trying to hedge against because I had Asmat. But there's that. And there's Billy Q versus Edson. That's a good one too.
Buddy, anytime we get to watch Max Holloway, it's a pleasure. I mean,
Oh,
I know he's not the champ anymore, and he's not. And in fact, probably a lot of people are looking to fade him here, to be honest. But I still love Max, and I'm still going to enjoy every fight that he's in, regardless.
I don't know who'd beaten Max in the last 5 fights. I think it's like Volkanovski, Poirier, and that's who he's lost to. Those are his Poirier and Volkanovski 3 times in Poirier. Chin's fucking tough as nails. Arnold Allen's starching people on the way up, but he's beaten who? Like I think the last one was Dan Hooker, who was on his way out of the UFC at best. And then like he didn't look amazing. Well, he beat Calvin Cater. Calvin Cater hurt his leg or knee or something, so that wasn't a big deal. He didn't beat Sodiq Yosef. He just knocked him down twice, but that was like that Cheeto Vera Rob Font fight. Knock him down, get outstruck, but win the match, win the moments. Beat Nick Lentz by 29-28. Nick Lentz stinks.
Yeah.
Gilbert Melendez, Jordan Rinaldi. So, I mean, these guys aren't great. So the guys that he has beaten, Calvin Cater is amazing. How do you know that fight wouldn't have gone any other way? Calvin doesn't quit. Do you see him against Max? Calvin didn't quit. Got his ass fucking handed to him, but didn't quit. I don't know. I still lean Max. I get to do what I do with all Max fights. Max by decision. He fucking only guys he's ever finished was Jose Aldo, which is weird as fuck. But yeah, so max by decision is like 90%. I've always bet max by decision. So unless
Yeah.
it's just some ridiculous number, uh, I don't know. I still am on the max train for now. For now, I'll break some more tape down, but
Yeah. And
I mean, I can't really see how Arnold Allen can sway me from Mr. Holloway. I
yeah.
mean,
I mean, Max is one of my favorite fighters to watch, regardless. So I love the guy. He's the real gangster. He's the real Diaz brother. He's got that chin. He's got that pitter patter volume. Puts it on you, fucking, and he's active. So I love Holloway. Like you said, next week that's a wicked free card. We should be dropping the breakdowns probably Sunday or Monday. Look out for it. It's going to come soon. We don't want to go too much on that card. We got to get back to what we were doing here. We're going to drop you our bets. Guys, be responsible. Bet what you can afford to lose. Like we said, this card isn't the greatest for betting. It is a good card. Just don't go crazy. Even this new girl, Jacqueline Amarim or whatever, I'm getting cold feet on her too. I watched some more footage today. I'm not as confident on her as I used to be. But guys, enjoy the fights. We're going to show you our bets here, and we'll see you soon for the recap and for next week's cards. All right, guys, let's get it Saturday night. Let's go. See you soon.